Hello, Team Thomas. This is Mrs. Tate, and I am going to try to make a video that I hope will make you all feel more comfortable helping Thomas navigate virtual learning. So I'm going to show you around, and I'm going to answer a few questions that I think have come up so far. And if there's something I don't address, will you please just send me a message right here on Dojo, and so you will I'll be able to see it and I will answer it. And if it's something that everybody needs to know, I'll make sure everybody gets that. All right, let's go. So this is Thomas's dashboard. I'm logged in as him. You can see right here that this is actually his account. And so this is what he sees when he logs in. This is our homeroom, and these are our specials. He is currently in specials right now with, I think, the music teacher. Down here, you're going to see 3 speech classes, and that's because the others have not exited him from those groups, but he is actually in this group right here. But I've made it easier for him to get to all of these locations because I have everything right here on our dashboard, on our home page. So it's loading in its nice slow fashion. So this is where we are today, and let me just show you around a little bit. We're celebrating a birthday. I like to make sure I remember the kids and they can all see it. This is our daily schedule. Sometimes it changes, like last week, which was for parent conference week. We had a shortened schedule, so shortened day, so the schedule was different, but I'll always keep you up to date on that on Class Dojo. You should see those messages. That's a really big thing. If you don't have Class Dojo notifications turned on, please turn them on. So if I'm trying to reach you in the middle of the day saying I don't see him, or I think he needs a little support, make sure that you have those notifications on so I can just message you right there and you'll know to be able to check on him, or you will know what I need to, that I'm trying to reach you. Also, on our board here, you're going to see up here is speech. Whenever I say I'm missing him from classes, it's not speech because I don't know when he goes to speech. I'm not connected to his class in any way. Just like specials, I'm not connected to those classes. Since I'm not the teacher in that class, I can't see what goes on there. So those are separate. However, I do have links here, like here's speech. He can click here and that will take him to his speech meetings. These take him to his specials meetings. Friday is always asynchronous. Occasionally, if a teacher is out, one of the PE or music teachers, I'll put a little message here that says asynchronous, and so they will know to go do those asynchronous lessons that are listed in their course. So if he is doing his classwork on a daily basis, he's going to all of these classes, all of these meetings except this one, and I'm going to talk to you about the 12 o'clock meeting in just a few minutes. As far as the rest of these, every one of these he logs in right at the time it starts. I will teach for 20 or 30 minutes, and then he will, right after that, he will click on classwork. If he has not started it already with me or with Miss Matten, he will click on it there. So I mentioned Miss Matten. I have a picture of her right here, her avatar. Since this is not home school, this is actual real school in a virtual way. It is he has 3 certified teachers that watch for him in class every day. Miss Jackson is one who supports him in reading. That is in this group right here. He actually missed that meeting this morning. That's a vital meeting for him to go to that meeting. From there, he also does software with System 44. If you have questions about that, you can email her. And I'll put that in the description for that I put with this in Dojo. So you will also have her address, her email address. Miss Matten is the one, the teacher who is his ESEP teacher who supports him in small groups for after each one of these. Mostly he just needs that for reading actually, but he has the opportunity to meet with her after writing, reading, and math. And I teach the lesson, and then I say, go to team time. They come over here. He clicks here, and he joins her meeting in case he needs some extra support. And I think she was supporting him in math today with something he needed help with there. That's one note that he does need someone to take time to help him with. Learning how to find the camera on his laptop, being able to hold up his work that he's done for the day and take a picture and help him upload it. He needs to be able to learn to do that independently. I understand that he's often sitting there by himself, and many students are, but if he is going to be often by himself, he needs to be able to upload those pictures by himself. And so he can't do that when he's in a live meeting, but when he gets out of the meeting, he can then click on camera and then hold up his board or his work that he's done for us, take the picture and upload it. So that's a real important thing that someone will need to help him do. He was struggling with that today. So anyways, here are meetings right here. Remember, he starts each one at the beginning time, it says. Then after about maybe 20 minutes of instruction, Miss Matten will teach him in these small groups. He'll go to those, and then he will upload that assignment at that moment. None of them should wait till the end of the day. His day should be busy from 8 o'clock until 1:30, or actually 2 o'clock. And let me talk about what he does in the meantime. So I'll just go right through the day. Morning meeting, it's only about 10 minutes. If he is late for morning meeting, he's probably missed announcements, and I have currently marked him absent at that point. Not today, of course, he was there. That's an example. If he misses it, I would mark him absent until I see him at other meetings. So then he would, as soon as he gets out of that, the minute he gets out of that, he goes to his meeting with Miss Jackson with System 44, reading support. He probably has a little break after that, and then he will join, like for a few minutes, and then he will join me in writing class. I will start writing right at 9:05. He should always be ready to go, have his whiteboard and his materials in front of him. He should always be sitting at a desk or table, not on the floor. And then I'll teach the lesson. Miss Matten may call him to small group right after that to help support it, and he will upload that assignment shortly. He'll have like a moment to go to the bathroom, get a drink of water, and then we start the 9:55 meeting for reading. Same situation. I teach, she supports in small group, then he completes his assignment, uploads it, takes a bathroom break if he needs it, and then we start math. Now, after math, we do the same thing, small group afterwards, and then he has lunchtime. So he has a little bit more time right there because he's going to have lunchtime. After lunch, that's where 12 o'clock comes in, and he tested out of a small group math for this part of the first part of the year. They did some pre-tests, and he actually had the same test that these kids took in the virtual class. He took that same test in face-to-face. And they sent me over the scores, and it qualified him not to be in small groups. So what does he do during that time? He goes to IXL during that time, and I'm going to show you what IXL. He does not skip it because I'm looking at the log and I can see when he's there. I'm going to show you what it looks like. So he's going to, at 12 o'clock, he can go to IXL.com, and I'm going to show you how to log in. Again, this is information that I will put in the descriptions that go with the message I'm going to send you that will show you his password and such. So I'm going to show you what it looks like for him to log in there. After he clicks in and he clicks in sign in at the top, it will probably bring him to this page until he saves it on his computer. And it is his lunch number 121001 at Paulding Van Heck. And we'll put this in the information for you as well. His password is SNOW, like cold, fluffy snow, SNOW, 59. And we log in. So the first thing he needs to do is he needs to take some time. Now this is every day at 12 o'clock. He logs in here. He needs to, it'll keep his diagnostic up to date. So he will click here, step into the arena. and it will run him through a series of questions, and this will support him in math as well as reading, and I'm going to tell you what it looks like. Each one of these are going to branch out. When he finishes that part of the test, that section of it, a star will appear at the end of these, and when he has all the stars, then his diagnostic is up to date. And now let me explain it to you. This means he has not yet completed the fractions, but he doesn't have to look for fractions. The test just keeps asking him different questions, and it will populate this page. And then right now, the first digit means he's at 3rd grade. So currently on fractions, he's working between 3rd and 5th grade level. He's working at the end of 3rd to almost the end of 4th grade here in numbers and fractions. These will change as he grows throughout the year. Later, once the stars are all here, he can come over here and he can go, I want to improve this skill. He can click right here. It will give him a recommended skill. I'll show you another place where he can find skills that he should work on. Down here for reading, this is the area that he is getting extra support in. He will actually have, once all of these 4 stars are complete, he will have 2 scores down here, one for reading and one for grammar, language arts, writing. And right now we know he's got a multitude of strategies. He's anywhere between this is the end of kindergarten to the beginning of 3rd grade. That will completely change and grow as he finishes the diagnostic. They probably only asked him a few questions in this area. That's why that score is so minimal right there. You see it hasn't asked him any of these other questions. So he will click on that. He can do this any time of day in addition to the time that he should always be doing it at 12 o'clock. Step into the arena, update all of these skills. Now, another place he can go, if he is on the learning page, on the main page, you see right here, 14 suggestions from your teacher. I've put some things in there that I'd like to see him work on. He can work on those at different times after his diagnosis is complete. If his name is not up at the top, welcome Thomas Hamby, then he is not actually logged in, and it's going to say, would you like to sign up? Would you like to register? No, because his account is already paid for. So there's that. I want to go back to his other thing. You can ask me more questions about that if you like, but this is getting to be a long video, and I just want you to feel comfortable about everything. One more thing I would like to mention is when he's working on classwork, he can get to that classwork right here, and you will see the module pop up at the top. These are his assignments for today. He has 2 math and 2 social studies, and he has writing and reading. And so he'll complete each one of these after instruction has been completed. So I hope you find this helpful. I know it's different, but just remember it's not exactly, it's not homeschool. Homeschool, if he doesn't feel good, he can say, you know what, I don't feel good. I'm going to take a break during reading, and I'll come back and get that later. Well, he can't take a break during reading or anything unless Mom and Dad have messaged me to let me know that he's not feeling well. He's going to miss a meeting. Otherwise, I expect to see him in each meeting and completing his assignments throughout the day. I hope I've answered all your questions. Please blow up my screen if you need to, just so I can answer all of your questions. If you need some more time, if you want a live meeting where I just show you around and you ask questions as we go, I am so glad to do that too. Let me know how I can help.